Yes, people, welcome back to another stream, and it's bad news. It is bad news. It's bad news, to be honest with you. It's not looking good, Brev. Erling Haaland was not in training today for Manchester City. We're going to discuss this, what it means, who can play there, Alvarez, false nine. I mean, we did speak about it only a little bit last night on the Avengers show. Obviously, me and Hugh was on that one with the other lads. But we didn't really have that much time to go into it. So we'll go into it today on this one. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button if you've not done so already, man. Let's get those likes past 100 likes. Only 12 likes away now from 100. So hit that thumbs up button, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. If you want to help support the channel grow, you can become a YouTube channel member. The link is in the pinned comment and the description. And sometimes you even get a little join button below the stream. Of course, let us know what your thoughts are about this whole Haaland injury situation in the comment section. We'll put some of them on screen. I mean, who wants to get us started on this? I mean, clearly it's bad news, right?
It's a rip, innit? It's a rip. It's not a rip as in like the sense of like the game's not lost because of this. It's a massive loss for City. But that's if he doesn't play. Do you know what I mean? Like you like to think, well, look at it, it's not looking likely that he'll play. There might be people just saying risk it anyway. There might be people saying that it might be a little bit like shithousery, kind of like just not include him in the pictures. But we have seen plenty of times as well where we've not seen players in training like a few days before the game and then just get thrown in there. Now it's whether people would risk that, especially with this long way to, well, obviously at the end of the season. But this is a pivotal point of the season. People are looking at this game saying if we don't win, then title done. So to not have your most prolific goal scorer in the Premier League is a bit of a rip, but we've got Alvarez. It's just it's not good news, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
He was staring into the abyss then.
Yeah. No, I thought LB was going to say something there after you finished, but no, I'm in agreement with you. I'm kind of looking at it two ways. I think, yeah, if Haaland's not playing, it's a bit of a rip because he is the most prolific goal scorer we have. But like I said recently, that if our creative players and the whole team plays the way they have done in those last 10 games or so before the break, I think we should be perfectly fine with Julian Alvarez. I really do. I think we should be perfectly fine. He's not the guy that's going to score 5-6 goals with 5-6 chances. But if you give Alvarez 5 chances, I'd back him to score at least 2. I really do. So it's up to our creative players to make that. The reason people maybe don't have the same trust in Alvarez as they do in Haaland is because when we saw Alvarez take the reins, the whole team was playing poorly. The whole team wasn't creative. The whole team wasn't making anything for the guy. So this is an opportunity for him now to slot into a functioning Man City team, a fluid Man City team. They can create the chance for him. I think he'll score goals. But at the end of the day, the striker is not the only man who can score goals on the pitch. Mahrez, prolific this time of the year usually. Ramadan Mahrez, if he plays. De Bruyne, looking better. Jack Grealish, I'd like to see him. Me and LB spoke about him in a stream recently that if Phil Foden's not around, Grealish needs to step up. Grealish needs to take the opportunity and, show that he can be a leading force when it comes to G&A. So I don't think it's an absolute disaster. But then the other way I'm looking at it is it mind games? Is it shithousery? Is Haaland perfectly fine, or is he carrying something small, and could he actually turn up? But do you want to risk that? Would it be a better option to do just not having the matchday squad at all on Saturday morning, and then, all guns blazing for, what is it, Southampton next, the week after? Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think it's a massive disaster. I think Julian Alvarez, we gave him the new contract till 2028. We clearly told him in those negotiations, you are a massive part of this team. We trust you. So we're better to show him the trust and play him in this game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think there is still some people out there who maybe think that they not maybe think they do want to see the false 9 return. But for me, I just think that as you just said, you've give Alvarez this new contract. He plays for Argentina, done really well in the World Cup. He's a top young striker. You have to play him. You have to play Alvarez. I have belief in Alvarez. Okay, yeah, it's not the same as belief as Haaland, but you got to understand where we're at with Haaland. He's a superstar galactical player. Alvarez is still a very, very good player. We're probably walking to 90% of teams across the world. So I think we've got to play him. Let's see what he can do. It'll give us something different. It'll give us a bit more energy, I think, than Haaland, in the way that he presses. I know Haaland presses as well, but obviously Alvarez does press a little bit quicker, which may help us, especially in that midfield battle if he drops a little bit deeper. Will he play Bernardo Silva in the middle? If he plays Bernardo Silva and Alvarez in the middle, then that's a lot of energy in the middle of the park. And we know that Liverpool's weak point is their midfield. So I'm still pretty confident. Obviously, it is a blow. I think, we all have to accept that it is a blow. No one can sit there and say it's not disappointing. It is clearly disappointing news. There is obviously still tomorrow. And then obviously the game is on Saturday. But I think right now, I think it's looking increasingly unlikely that the guy's gonna feature against Liverpool. And then you have to decide, what do you want to do? Do you want to rest him against Southampton even if he is back, or do you play him against Southampton, because you've got Bayern Munich coming up 3 days after Southampton? So do you rest him against Southampton? I guess it all kind of depends on what happens in the Liverpool game. If we lose the Liverpool game, then I'd just rest him for the Southampton game, because there's no point. I just rest him and then bring him back for Bayern. If we beat Liverpool, there will be some temptation to put him back in there against Southampton. So some big decisions for Pep.
You know what, with Alvarez, is Liverpool would have been doing all their preparations, I would have thought, leading up to this game on the base that Haaland is playing. Their defense have played against Haaland before. They would have been working on the basis that City will look to hit Haaland every single time. They've not played Alvarez. He came on for 2 minutes at Anfield. He never got a proper run. They've never played Alvarez, and we know from watching him week on week, he's a totally different prospect to Haaland. He'll take up similar positions, but the energy and the kind of presence he brings to the pitch is very, very different to Erling Haaland. So they can't prepare for that. They've never done that before. There's probably not enough evidence to work off either. So that could be almost in some way a blessing in disguise. They don't know how to deal with him. I think if we go back to a false 9 system, and we're backtracking a little bit, as well as Liverpool have played us in a false 9 formation for years now. It's nothing they haven't dealt with before. Go with them all guns blazing. I think give Alvarez the reins, man. It's a bad look. It's a really bad look if you're going to give this kid the new contract and fill him full of hope that he's going to be, trusted. And then as soon as a big opportunity comes along, you don't give it to him. I think you have to give it to him. He deserves it. He's earned it. His stats are great. And there's nothing to suggest why not.
I agree. Jen Jose Jason, yes, for the 2 months, says Alvarez got his first City goal against Liverpool. Says time for him to get his first City hat-trick against Liverpool this Saturday. Hopefully, mate. I think that'll put us in good stead for the Premier League. So hopefully, Mohammed with the 2 says if he's not fit for the Bayern game, it's over. Surely he'll be fit for the Bayern game.
He'll be fit for the Bayern game. He will be fit for the Bayern game. But it's not over if he's not fit for the Bayern game. You know, it is a two-legged tie. Yeah.
This team have won massive ties and big games before Erling Haaland, and loads of those players are still there. Loads of those players have found form again. Like, we're not Erling Haaland FC. As great as he has been, we have other world-class players in other areas of the pitch who are capable of winning football matches themselves. So if we're in a position now where we're saying our season's finished if Erling Haaland can't play X and Y games, then we probably never deserve to win in the first place, because we're a world-class team. I'm expecting players like Kevin De Bruyne now in this next 15, 16 games to turn up.
People got to step up, innit?
Yeah, step up, man. Jack Grealish, step up. Your time is here now as well. Riyad Mahrez, step up. Your time is here now as well. Phil Foden, when you're back, whenever that may be, you come in too. There's plenty of players capable of beating Liverpool. There's plenty of players capable of beating Bayern Munich. If Haaland's there, fantastic. Even bigger boost. But I back this team without Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Just quickly, is Haaland this season hasn't started or featured in 6 games. We've won all but one.
There you go.
And the one that we didn't win was the Copenhagen away game, where we should have won, and then we went down to 10 men. So.
Oh yeah. So
believe.
Yeah, believe in it. Like, just because the big Donny ain't there up top doesn't mean that the whole team just shits the bed and then we just crumble. Like, we're still a very, very good team. It's still a very, very good team. Dan, yes, it's Dan said with a 5. Yes, it's Dan, mate. He says, lads, what do you reckon for Tomori as a Laporte replacement if he goes in the summer? Not for me personally. I do like Tomori though. I like him. He seems to be doing bits, but not for me personally. I got my set on Guardiola. What are you saying, boys?
Yeah, he's a good player, Tomori. I think he's a good player. He should be in the England squad, but I don't know if he's Manchester City level.
You know what though? I've seen a few people on Twitter say he's actually not done that well this season.
Is it?
Yeah,
his first season.
Yeah. Didn't he have like a sick year there or something?
I think so. Because do you know when he Southgate did his squad for the World Cup and Tomori didn't get in it, and everyone on Twitter was like, "Why is Tomori not in the squad?" And then people were like, "You obviously don't watch Serie A because he's actually not been that good this season." So I like Tomori though, but for me, again, probably not quite at the level that I'm looking for.
I agree.
He's right-footed as well. I'm pretty sure he's right-footed.
Yeah, someone in the chat. See one there says he's left footer. So we need a left footer even, and someone just said, Beyond Belief says Tomori's a right footer. So it's him been. Joe Webb with the 2 says Haaland wasn't great against Liverpool. I'm excited for Alvarez. It's something different, isn't it? Something different. And surely he plays him up top. I've seen someone before in the chat saying, it might be Vinny, I'm not sure. He said false 9 season. I'm not sure who said it. But
not for me.
I feel like if you run false 9, that's such an L for Alvarez, man. Like, say if Alvarez is 8 in that side, it's like, to him, he's looking at that going, well, even when Haaland's not fit, I don't play.
It's such a negative statement. It's such a negative statement.
It's just weird, isn't it?
To give to Alvarez, because you just reward him with a new contract and he's on a high. A big opportunity comes his way. It seems so natural. Just slot him in and give him the reins, give him the trust. You know, I think Pep will give him.
Joe, I'm looking forward to is the fact that we could potentially see. Well, we should be seeing Alvarez in the side with a game that's a little bit more open rather than just a low block, because Liverpool games are usually more open. I'm looking forward to see that, so he can maybe use his pace, use a bit of that energy in that. Like, I feel like every time he's played as that striker, it's always been against a low block and it's been a rip.
And the team's not playing well. I think whenever he started the game, the team overall has not played well. I know we've won all the games that you're talking about, but it was never fluid Manchester City football. Those last 10 games, I said in the Avengers last night, the Avengers show, I'm just dying to get back at it, hopefully pick up the form that we left off. And if we can do that, there's no reason Alvarez can't have a field day. I believe that. I think if all the creative players have at least a 7.5, Alvarez will have a very good game as well.
And I just also say, Haaland is a player that puts the ball in the back of the net. He's not a player that makes us play better. Do you get what I'm saying? He's not like a Kane where he drops deep and fucking starts slamming balls in behind to our wingers, because our wingers don't do them balls anyway. Not to say he doesn't drop deep sometimes, but typically he doesn't really. And his main job is to be in the penalty area and put the ball in the back of the net. So that means that the team should still be able to perform just as well without Haaland. It's just a case of, will we miss his clinical finishing? And at the end of the day, we might miss his clinical finish. We might come out at the end of the game and go, okay, now we played really well, but we just don't have the player to put the ball in the back of the net. Maybe Alvarez wasn't hitting form or couldn't find the back of the net. Or we could actually, if Alvarez starts to drop deep and get more involved in the game than Haaland normally does, we could even perform even better as a team. Just can we put the ball in the back of the net? So, I think it's something that I try not to worry about it too much. It's clearly a disappointment, but I'm trying to be as positive as possible for this game. And even if Foden's injured, Haaland's injured, I'm trying not to go into the game like in a sort of negative frame of mind because we can't afford that to happen. We have to go into this game, even if Kevin De Bruyne gets injured, Ake, Eriksen, we have to go into this game and believe that we can win. Because we have to
win the game. Yeah, we have to win the game.
So there's no point in being negative. You got to be positive, innit?
Positive B, Chromabus says. That's what it needs to be, though. Everyone needs to have a positive mindset, including the players going into this game, regardless of who's injured and who can make the game and who can't. Mm-hmm. Dave Rocky with a 10. Yes, Dave. He says Haaland not playing is a big loss in my opinion, but it's Alvarez's time to shine. Seeing people question if Alvarez can do it in the big games. Hello, didn't you guys watch the Qatar World Cup? He's ready for big games.
Yeah.
Listen, he's turned up this season, Alvarez. He's turned up, and there's a couple of games that's happened this season that the only reason Alvarez wasn't the headline name the next day is because Haaland scored a hat-trick. I'm almost certain there's 2 games this season, Haaland scored a hat-trick and Alvarez scored 2 goals as well. So if Haaland's not there and Alvarez scores those 2 goals, he's the main man. He's the main man stealing those headlines, and we look back on that game and go, Alvarez was the main man in that game.
Burnley,
so it's not as if he can't turn up,
Yeah, Burnley and Forest, I think it was.
There might have been a Champions League game as well where he scored a couple of goals and Haaland scored a few as well. But listen, I've got full trust in Alvarez.
Yeah.
I think we all should as well. We all should 100%. Ali B Gamer, yes, Ali B, mate. With 30 months, that's a long ass time. That Ali B. He says, yes, guys, long time. We got a new guy in the stream now. Yeah, Hugh is here now. He says next month is the most important month for the season. Let's win all of it. Don't underestimate Alvarez. I see a lot of love for Alvarez right now.
Agreed.
I rate it a lot because he deserves it. The guy's sick.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's sick. Just got a new contract and that. It's good vibes. Good vibes for Alvarez right now. I'm buzzing for it. Dave Rocky with another 10. Another 10 from Dave Rocky. Yes, Dave, mate. He says, remember Alvarez's first goal was against Liverpool in the Community Shield. Think when he came on in that game, we played much better. Rival fans say we played better without Haaland. We shall see then. That's true.
It's actually funny that, isn't it? Because that is what people say, and we're going to find out on Saturday. I mean,
we are legit going to find out, which is mad.
Yeah,
it's crazy, bro. Because what they always say, like I don't agree with it because end of the day, we score so many goals with Haaland in the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've had bad games and we have had bad performances, but I never say that's because of Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
I said we've just been shit this season at times.
Correct.
It just aids the haters' point, though, if we put in a slamming performance on Saturday and Alvarez is sick, they go, see what we were saying? We told you Haaland makes you worse.
I'll take that. I'll take
that though. Yeah.
I will take that.
I'm running with that, mate.
I'll take it. It's one bigger L versus one smaller L. If we lose because we're not clinical, it's shit. We should have had Haaland. We would have scored more goals. If we win and Alvarez slams it, we told you Haaland makes you worse.
Yeah, if you have to go on the big 6 and listen to them not say that Haaland makes us worse, even though we won, then I'm fucking all for that, bro. You got to just
I'll sit there and go, you know what, guys? You got me.
Yeah, because I fuck it in it. If we win the game, we win the game.
Kieran with a 2 months. Yes, Kieran. He says on a site in Liverpool Centre, lads, he's going to decorate his digger with City flags for the weekend. Go on, lad. He said 5-0 City win. King Kev hat-trick. Come on, City. City's like die. Mate, I rate that.
Big up
Kieran,
that. Big up Kieran.
Yes, Kieran.
Get
mate.
the graft on. Guys, grafting, man, out there. Grafting,
isn't it? Especially in this weather as well. I mean, guys on the front line. Little Tim's with a 279 says, I believe false 9 doesn't work without pace. RS7. Raheem's still in 7, isn't it? Plus, I don't think we'll see false 9 anyway, because when we have seen false 9, it is usually Phil Foden who would go into that false 9 slot, I'd imagine. But then I guess Alvarez could kind of play the false nine and just drop.
It's not going to be false nine, is it? It's going to be striker. And
it's gonna be
Alvarez.
Alvarez is going to play as a striker, but
Yeah.
he will dip about just like
he will.
Haaland
That's what he does, doesn't he? He dips around.
But it won't be necessarily a false nine season where you're not playing a striker. Elizabeth, yes, Elizabeth, for the 26 months, long time again, and the GOAT badge, says, at last, we've caught you all on a live, and same as the young man at the bottom, I have COVID as well.
Everyone's getting it.
Now. Man's cleared. Man's fresh.
Yeah, man's in the clear, isn't it? Man's in the clear, Elizabeth.
Man's ready to go, man. Saturday, I said it. I was kind of okay with getting it the first week of the international break, but I'm raring and ready to go now for the Premier League season. But get well soon, though. Dude, look after yourself. Sleep loads and all that kind of stuff.
That's it, man. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream. Let's get those likes up past 200, nearly 500 people in the stream right now. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. If you want to help support the channel grow, you can join the YouTube channel membership, which is the Xtra Club. The link is in the description. Really help support the channel. The link's also in the pinned comment there as well, so you can get on that. Sometimes there's a join button below the stream, but that doesn't always appear depending on what device you're on. So you're better off using the links. Just in a few people who've just joined late and just saying what's going on. I've joined late. Erling Haaland isn't in training today. Obviously, the game is on Saturday morning, so he's only got one more day of training, which is tomorrow. It's looking increasingly unlikely that Erling Haaland will be able to play against Liverpool at the moment. We all know that he's got this groin issue. I think is it a groin issue that he's got?
Groin, yeah.
A groin issue that he's got. Obviously picked it up in a game, last City match. Wasn't able to play for Norway in big games. Spain, Georgia, they're games. We've seen Spain get turned over from Scotland. Norway could have done the business, especially against Georgia. So I always thought that there was a serious risk that he wouldn't be available for this game. Hopefully, it's not a serious thing, and he'll be available for Bayern Munich. Will he be available for Southampton next weekend? That then becomes the big question, because, of course, if we lose against Liverpool, I would almost consider just not risking him against Southampton. If we beat Liverpool, then, of course, the temptation is there because we're still in that sort of really pushing for the league.
You still need to go full ham mode.
Exactly.
So you're saying if we lose to Liverpool, are you in forget the league mode?
I'm not in forget the league mode, but then my attention then I have to look at, okay, so if we lose against Liverpool, we're 8 points behind as it is, right? We lose against Liverpool, they beat Leeds, that's 11 points, right? I know we've got a game in hand, yes? Say we win the game in hand, it goes back to 8 points, with like 9 games to go, whatever it is. I'm not saying I don't think that the league is done at that point by any means, but I have to look at the Southampton game and look at the Bayern Munich game and go, okay, do I risk Erling Haaland against Southampton? Yeah, where he might aggravate the injury, and we could win every single game now to the rest of the season in the Premier League and not win the league? Or do I just take him out of this one game and just give him that extra few days rest and then full send him in the Champions League? It's not a case of conceding the title. For me, it's more a case of I have to be realistic. And if we get beat off Liverpool and they beat Leeds, our chances of winning the league have taken a huge knock. Everyone has to accept that. So then I have to go. And some people will be like, no, I want to full send it against Southampton because that becomes even more important. But for me, I think I'd go the other way. For me, I'd rest him against Southampton and then play him against Bayern. Because then maybe the Champions League becomes a competition that we've got more chance of winning despite the games that we've got. So it just depends on the results, really.
Lang's made a point here in the chat is if you don't play Haaland against Southampton at all and fully rest him, then he's going to go into that Bayern Munich game with no minutes played.
I was literally about to say that. I would ideally
I'd probably put him on the bench.
One game before the Bayern game. I'd like him to have one match of football, whether it's Liverpool, whether it's Southampton. I would like him to have one, because then you're looking at 4 weeks without a match, a month without a match. What is it, 4.5 maybe? He's not sharp then at that point. And we know with Haaland, it's once he scores one goal or he gets a bit of sharpness off one game, it generally falls into a role. He gets into a rhythm, and that's how we want him to be coming into the Bayern game. But we don't really have that luxury right now because we don't know how fit he is. So
I probably would at least bench him. And yeah, if I can give him maybe 15, 20 minutes against Southampton just to get some minutes into his legs, maybe I'd do that. But I just have to be really cautious because I really wouldn't want to aggravate the injury that he's got. I think that would be disastrous.
I have a feeling he's going to start on the bench on Saturday morning. I think he'll be on the bench.
I have a feeling he'll be on the bench against Liverpool.
And then if we really, really need a goal in the last
Yeah,
15
yeah.
minutes,
I think it might be a Hail Mary. I
Yeah.
think it might be like if we need a goal and there's 10 minutes to go, looking at it going, you know what, fuck it, give him 10 minutes. Let's see if he can just get a goal. Because if it's a situation that's going to save your title, like us in the title race, if Pep's looking at it going like, if we lose this, it's a bit of a season done situation. But obviously, the risk that comes with that is if he aggravates it even more, and that's why sometimes full rest is better.
Not easy.
It's a grim situation to be in. All pissed up in the chat spot, lads. When is full send going to stop? That verb is used in every single sentence, mate. It's full send season. That's why, isn't it? We just full send into every situation. I just use full send in 3 more sentences. Guy's got a counter in it when clickers in it every time full send. I'm fucking sick of this. ALX with a 5 month says, I have faith in La Araña. He will shine. Better rest Haaland for Bayern. Julian can handle it. Can't wait for the preview. Yeah, well, obviously there's the preview will be coming to you this week for the match, obviously, and he's in the boat for rest Haaland for Bayern.
Yeah, I think it's I think it'll be very split. It'll be very split. I think the opinion on this, like I say, for me, I get what Hugh's saying. I understand, and I agree to a point. But I also think with Haaland being, if it's like a KDB or someone like that, I'd do it. But I think with Haaland, because of the way he plays, I don't necessarily think you're that desperate to get minutes into him. Do you get what I'm saying? Just because of the way he plays, he's in the box most of the time, and he's just got to put the ball in the back of the net. And so, therefore, for me, I don't think I'd risk him. But I understand, it's difficult. It really is. It's not easy.
Do you think there is any possibility that I'm going off Jordy Poddy is my dad, by the way, and what he's just said? Do you think there's any possibility that Haaland was in closed training for this game?
Yes.
No. Why? Yes. Why would he be in close training? I don't get that.
You know what I mean? It's a bit of sneaky, innit? You know what I mean?
No.
Boom, Haaland in the team. Then Klopp's like,
No, we wouldn't do that, man. We wouldn't. That's not something
that we would do.
Mind
games, isn't it?
No,
I think
that.
I think there's a possibility, that he was in closed training, and I also think there's a possibility that he was in no training and he still plays on Saturday morning, because it's only been 2 weeks since he last played a match. He's not going to have lost all fitness. He's not going to be completely rusty. You can still throw him in, having not trained for 2 weeks. I think he could play. I also think, I think even though it's kind of funny, he could be in closed training.
He might have gone to the gym or something and done some gym work, but he's not going to have been in like a proper closed training session, like, you know what I mean? Just saying, oh, wish I could be out there, you know what I mean? Keeping me like some fucking secret. Like, like you said before.
Closed training isn't like, you lock all the doors, nobody's allowed to see what's going on. It's just like he does like a one-to-one session with one of the coaches. You know, when like someone comes back from an injury, remember you see the documentaries, like Phil Foden had to go out into the pitch and do a session with like one of the trainers on his own kind of thing. You can do something like that just to get him a touch from the ball, get him moving kind of thing, and semi-ready for Saturday. Maybe he's trained with the full team.
Maybe he's done that. Maybe he's gone to like the gym or had like a little one-on-one, but I'm not buying with people are saying like, nah, he done like a full training session but in the secret. You know what I mean? Oh no.
What about if he's in one of them like hang on. I
LB's not having it, man. LB's not having it.
LB, he's not vibing with this.
There's no close training.
This. Can I show my screen? This. What about if he's in one of these like cryogenic things? You know what I mean? Like recharging and that. This is what Haaland is currently in. This.
Get the Tesla charger out.
Yeah, man's just charging up, innit? That's why he weren't spotted in training. He's getting himself back to best.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he'll be on the bench on Saturday, and maybe he will be thrown in at the end by Pep Guardiola if we absolutely need it. But yeah, I think we've got more than enough. I think Kevin De Bruyne, as we spoke about Kevin De Bruyne yesterday on the stream, we did a full stream on Kev. I think he's coming into some really good form right now. He seems to be back. He played really well for Belgium against Germany. Couple of games for City before the international break. He looked sharp. He looked quick. So he's going to be impressive. We've got Ramadan Mahrez, who scored on the first day of Ramadan. No surprise there. And then assisted again in their last match. So he's about to cook. Jack Grealish has been playing well. Alvarez has been playing well. You know, so long as the defense, again, for me, the defense is something that's going to be really interesting. I think, was it you last night, Hugh, on the Avengers show, we mentioned the pacing behind that they will have with like that Darwin Núñez, who is a great player, actually, despite his shocking finishing ability. We've got to have to make sure that we deal with that properly. But if Ruben Diaz can marshal the defense correctly, and we can keep their goals down to a minimum, ideally a clean sheet, then I think we've got a really good opportunity. Remember, we're on 5 clean sheets in a row at the moment, which is excellent. And yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the Liverpool game. And what will be. Good news or bad, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, we just got
wise words there. Some wise words.
We've got to full send, innit? that's the only thing that I didn't want to say, but I was like, what else do I say? And on that, all pissed up with the 5 says, usually sweating for these Liverpool games, but feel good this time. Go into my East Stand seat with chest and a sausage roll. Sausage spelled SOSIJ, love that. And then he put full send. Yes, all pissed up.
I think you've got to get your chest out, because what's the fucking point? I mean, I'd rather go into the game, be confident that we're going to do the job, be confident that we're going to get the 3 points. And if we get roasted, we get murked. It is what it is. I don't want to go into the game thinking, oh, we're going to fucking lose the game. And if we lose the game, we're miserable anyway. I'd rather go in with a bit of confidence, believe in my players, believe in the club, believe in Pep Guardiola. And then if we get disappointed, that's football. I mean, you've got to take the L sometimes. But I'm going in with a confidence, man. I'm going with confidence that the boys are going to get the job done.
You have to have confidence, man. You have to have the chest out based on the last 10 games. It was no fluke that we went through those 10 games with such good performances. The defense, solid as hell. I just saw this morning as well that, I don't know if it was yesterday or today, but Luis Diaz back in Liverpool training. Mm-hmm. He is a player that when he's fit and sharp, he scares me a lot.
He's meant him.
Yeah, he's sick, man. But listen, if Kyle Walker's fit, I don't think he'll start Luis Diaz. But, you know, Kyle Walker, man, he played great in the international break. He's been great before that as well. So, listen, the defense looks good, man. We have to have chest out. We have to back the team. There's no reason not to. Haaland, no Haaland, we're good enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Mohammed with the super chat. With the 2. Bernardo should start. He usually cooks Liverpool. Well, we had a debate on this. I don't know if he was in the stream last night, Mohammed. But we had a bit of a debate on whether or not it would be Gundogan or Bernardo Silva. That's providing that Mahrez and Grealish start, in which case, you know, there's only one spot up for grabs. Again, providing that Alvarez also starts, he doesn't go for a false 9. I'm really torn on this one. I am, because I hear the arguments for Bernardo. I get what he offers. I get the energy that he provides in that midfield, and you're absolutely spot on. He does play well against Liverpool, and the case that I've been making over recent weeks and months is that Bernardo Silva plays his best football in big games that are open. I don't think he plays as well in games where teams play low block and got to unlock defenses, because he don't really have that pass or goals in him usually. So that's the point for putting Bernardo in, the energy that he gives you, and he plays his better football in these big games. But we need to win the game. So then I look at someone like an Ilkay Gundogan, who gets more assists, gets more goals, and thinking, but then he doesn't have the legs that Bernardo Silva has. But then do you need the legs against Liverpool's midfield? Because their midfield is shit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm really torn on this one. I can't make my mind up. I really can't.
I think it's a very, 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 very difficult decision to make, because Gundo brings the pauser in it and the chill, and also but gets assists in that, and he can chip in with goals. Bernardo brings that high energy where it's going to split people's opinions. Like, there'll be so many people wanting to play Bernardo. Like I say, he does play better in games that are more open, and then I see this Liverpool game being open, and also having Alvarez and Bernardo for that energy on the pitch is wild. But it's hard to not throw Gundo in there.
Yeah, I look at that Liverpool midfield, and as much as I respect them, because the problems they've given us over the years, they do lack energy. They do. Then they don't have that, you know, exhilarance that they used to, kind of thing. So Bernardo has that, and Bernardo has a really good track record against Liverpool. He turns up very regularly against Liverpool. We've seen him, you know, put in some serious performances there. So you're kind of saying throw him in there, but I get both arguments, man. It's the toughest call, I think, on the pitch.
Yeah, I agree. I think the team pretty much picks itself. I know there was a few discussions last night about whether or not Mahrez should play, but for me, I think Mahrez starts this game every single day of the week. I'd be very, very surprised if he doesn't.
Surely Mahrez plays.
He's in great form. He's in great form. I think he scored like 6 goal involvements in his last 5 or 6 Premier League starts. Scored for Algeria. Got an assist for Algeria. It's Ramadan season. It's time for him to cook. So I'd be very surprised if Mahrez didn't start. And I think, again, we spoke about the back four yesterday. I think you just go for a standard back four. Walker, Diaz. For me, I'd play Diaz and Stones. But if he wants to play a Kanji because he's got that sort of good relationship with Diaz, and that's fine. And Ake at left back. Standard back four. Nothing, no inverting. Just standard. Keep it solid. And then let your midfield and attack do the rest and try and nick a 1-0, 2-1, 2-0, something like that. I don't think, unless the game really opens up like a basketball match, which I'd be surprised if it does, but it does have the potential because of who we're playing. It could be a tight game. I just want to keep it solid at the back and then try and nick it going forward. So yeah, I think the only real decision is, does he play Bernardo or does he play Gundogan? Which means he's probably playing both.
Yeah, yeah, or none.
Yeah, or none.
That's usually what happens, isn't it? Yeah. Like when we have these discussions and like previews and that, it usually goes a weird way. Yeah, beyond belief put a good question here. Where's it gone? If we get a penalty tomorrow, there's no Haaland on the pitch. Who do you want to see take it? Screaming it.
I would. Well,
I was about to say Mahrez there. Just off,
I was about to say Mahrez as well, but then I was like, ooh.
Mahrez or Gundogan.
I'm just getting flashbacks of when Mahrez stuck one into Rosette in Anfield.
Mahrez or Gundogan.
I back that Mahrez or Gundo. People saying Kev. I back Mahrez or
Rodri wanted to take one though, didn't he?
Yeah, but Rodri's shit at pens. Rodri should never take a penalty. Do you remember that one pen he took against Spurs?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure Pep said after that. Like
Pep said after it saying he shouldn't have done that. He scored. He was like, "I'm happy for him, but he shouldn't have done that."
Nah, Pep said that's not happening again. Enjoy it while it lasted because it's not happening again.
How funny is that? Like Pep literally went into the thing and didn't praise him for it. Like he did a little bit, but then also called him out.
He's got a 100% penalty record.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but.
Also, when goalkeepers do their research on like where players like to hit their penalties, you've only got one to work off with Rodri, so you don't know where the fuck is going to hit the ball.
That's true. That guy can do what he wants.
Kevin De Bruyne, I've got his record up here. He's taken 11 penalties, scored 9, missed 2. That's a very good record.
I trust Kev. I would trust Kev.
I think I trust Kev. I think
it's a good record.
Surely it's only between those three: Kev, Mahrez, and Gundo.
Yeah, I think
ain't no one else or Edison.
I think so. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of back any of them to take it. They all have the ability to miss. Because none of them are like special penalty takers. But
yeah,
they all on the day can take good penalties. Kevin could send Alisson the wrong way. Mahrez could blast it into the top corner. Gundogan can again probably send Alisson the wrong way or get it in the corner. But they all have the potential to fuck it up as well. So, I don't know. For me, either one of them players, I think
it's like who'd handle the pressure best. It's a big pressure game, isn't it? Say it's 0-0, you get a penalty like last 10 minutes.
Mahrez, this stage of the season, he's Mr. Big Games. He's Mr. Pressure. I'm kind of leaning towards him.
Yeah, but also Gundo's taking a penalty in the Champions League final. Kevin De Bruyne took a penalty against Real Madrid away at the Bernabeu. I think they've all got the cases, isn't it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a difficult one.
I think if it comes to the point and we see if we get to that stage and it happens, whoever walks up to the spot, I'll be going, no, I don't feel comfortable. Yeah,
same. I'll be shitting it either way.
You know what I always say though? Just hit the fucking target, man. That's all I ever say on penalties. Hit the target, make the keeper make a save.
Chrome Abyss says, "What's my penalty record, JP?" Well, I'll have you know, I'm 1. I've taken 1 penalty. I've scored that 1 penalty. And it was against Shea Given. So, you know what I mean? It wasn't against no one. I took a penalty against Shea Given.
Put that in your highlight reel, man.
That is the only thing that's in my highlight reel. I peaked. Yeah, I peaked then, and that was like 5 or 6 years ago.
I've got Gundogan's stats up here, penalty-wise. So what Kevin De Bruyne's was, he's taken 11, scored 9, missed 2. That's Kevin De Bruyne. Ilkay Gundogan, taken 18, scored 16, missed 2.
So the both missed 2.
That's good.
Yeah, that's very good. And then Riyad Mahrez, his record. Let's have a look at his. Is okay. He's taken 35 penalties. So he's got the most experience at taking penalties. Out of 35, scored 25, missed 10. So Ilkay Gundogan's got the best record.
Ilkay making a case, isn't it?
Yeah, and like you said, he has taken a penalty in the Champions League final, but Riyad Mahrez is more used to taking penalties. He's taken 35 penalties in his career, opposed to 18 of Ilkay Gundogan and just 11 of Kevin De Bruyne. So do you go with a smaller sample? Do you go with Kevin De Bruyne, who is one of the leaders in that team and kind of has a lot of responsibility in these big games, because we're all looking at Kev to say, go and fucking do it? Do you look at him? Do you go to Ilkay Gundogan, who statistically has the best record of the penalties and takes a decent penalty? Or do you go to Riyad Mahrez, who has taken a few penalties of late and has scored them, and also has the biggest amount of penalties, and therefore, whilst he's not got the best record out of the three, he's taken more penalties, so he might be more used to the penalty situation.
It's such a difficult call, man. Anyway, just taking one player out. I mean, I guess it's a good thing that we have 3 players who have cases for taking penalties, rather than you're looking at every single one going, nah, I can't trust any of them, can't trust any of them. Before we get off the penalty subject, actually, you know what I mean? I think this is the only time I ever get to show this, isn't it? So I'm gonna launch. Oh, where's it gone? Wait, I have my, there it is. Look at this. For the people that ever missed it, here is the Shea Given penalty. I found it. Watch this. Bang. Sit a bit of Shea Given, mate.
Oh, he is him. He is him. Get him on the penalty.
He is him.
Yeah.
He is him. Sit a bit of Shea. Absolutely sent.
Hanging in the Louvre.
Big up Dan with the 5 man. Says, just have Penn take the penalty. Best chance, I swear. I said Dan with a super chat. Big up Dan. Yeah, it's going to be a madness. But obviously, you have to think about these things because it's huge. But yeah, there we go. We'll be live again this evening, talking a little bit more about the game. And obviously, then tomorrow, it's going to be non-stop build-up to the massive game, which starts at 12:30 on Saturday. Obviously, we'll be live 1 hour before, bringing you all the pre-match build-up with the team news and all that kind of shit. It's going to be a madness. Me and Hugh are on it. Jordan's on a stag do. So
yeah, it's Hugh's watch on debut. I'm excited. I don't know what state I'll be in to remember the game or even see it, but I'm excited for Hugh to be here, innit?
Buzzing, man, buzzing.
You're coming for the seat. Yeah.
He's looking at
me like that is my chair now.
Buzzing. Yeah, guys, make sure you join us later on. We've like I say, got loads of content coming out, so make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Smash a like on the stream as well if you've not already done so. Guys.